Hello there, my name is Crimson and thank you so much for coming back to my channel and watching some of my videos. Today we're going to be going over some wig tutorials. I've got a new microphone set up, so hopefully the sound quality is a little better. And then I have a second camera angle so you guys can kind of see some of the details of the hair work that we're doing. Today we're going to be creating a ponytail base. All the crazy wigs that I make that have like these horns or these crazy curls and all this jazz on it all start from a ponytail base. So I gather up all the hair into like a mid ponytail here, and then I build off of that. And the way I do it creates a really strong foundation for any horns or crazy structures you want to add to your wigs. But I also use this trick when I just want to do like regular ponytails. I always find that there's an issue when I do a ponytail that over time, or like if I make the ponytail really tall, it tends to like seep backwards and sag and doesn't keep its upright position. So this tutorial, this video here, might give you some tips to help you like not have those problems. So let's get into it. So some of the things you're going to need obviously is a wig head, as I have here, and a wig. I'm going to be using this gray long wig here, as you can see. And now when you do a ponytail, make sure you grab a wig head that is the same size of your head. So I use a foam wig head when I do ponytails because the shape of this wig head actually fits my face really nicely. Whereas the canvas heads are really round and I don't have a round like wide head. So when I put those wigs on that I style on that canvas head and I put them on, I get like this like weird gap going on right here on these wigs. And I don't like it, especially for snatched up ponytails. You want something that's like super tight, so try to grab a wig head that is the closest to your size. All you're going to need is some hairspray. You're going to need a steamer. You're also going to need some gel. You're going to need, of course, brushes or combs, whatever works best for you, and then rubber bands. I have some small ones that are meant for hair, and I also have some larger rubber bands here. The last thing you're going to need is you're going to need super glue, and that's going to be like the major part here when you want like a thick, strong wig. Our first order of business is actually going to be to part the front of the wig. And what I mean by that is all the hair that's on the lace, we're going to pick up. Okay, so I'm gonna stand up for some of this because it gets a little crazy. Okay, so that part might take a while and it might be frustrating dealing with all those hairs, but it'll be okay. You want to make sure that this front is smooth. So the issue that we have a lot of the times is that when we pull this hair back, you're going to get bumps and stuff like that, and we don't want that. First, we're going to hairspray this a little bit like this. And you would just want to brush the hairspray through the hairs. Now, make sure that you are not grabbing any of the hairs from the wefts. This is all just the lace. Sometimes the issue I find is that when you grab some of the hairs from the wefts and you pull them back, you're actually exposing some of the wefts on the side, and we don't want that. So as you can see here, see how the hair is flowing out here? So if you just keep it from the lace and pull it back, then you're gonna cover all the wefts and it's gonna look a lot more smooth. So next we're gonna wanna steam the hairs. So we're gonna wanna keep our hair pulled taut and we're gonna steam the hairs. And what that's going to do is it's going to set the hairs in place going the direction of the ponytail. So the position of the hair isn't fighting against the ponytail. And this is gonna make the sides snatch up really nicely and prevent any tension of the hairs pulling against the ponytail. And once we do that, we're gonna hold the ponytail in place until everything is dry. And then you will have a super snatched ponytail, which we can now hairspray it once again. And we're gonna let this dry for a little bit and then we'll get to actually the ponytail part. So once that hairspray and everything has dried, we're gonna go in with our gel. And you're just going to squirt a little bit of gel on here like this. And we're gonna run it through with our fingers first. And you wanna do it along all the edges, like the front edges of the hair and the sides. And this gel is not going to dry really fast. It's gonna dry over time. And as we snatch our ponytail, and you kind of wait a couple hours, you'll see that this kind of creates a hard helmet. And the reason I like to use this gel is because this hard helmet prevents any loose hairs coming out of the ponytail and snapping and tugging at that ponytail and just causing it to be a mess. So we're gonna take a brush now and we're going to brush through. So once we've brushed through all like the wig fibers and stuff like that, that gel is gonna seep in there and it's going to harden over time. So next we can really snatch together that ponytail. Now from the side here, you need to figure out where you want your ponytail placement. So I usually go maybe I'll count like 5 or 6 wefts back, and I'll grab a piece of hair that's in the middle. That's how far back I want my pony. I want it to come all the way here and sit right there. And that's gonna be like, not at the absolute furthest angle, it's right above it on my head. So that means any weight I have there isn't gonna pull my hair back, it's gonna sit more on top of my head. So this is gonna be my anchor point. All this hair in here that's underneath this lace that's gonna be pulled back, I don't wanna touch that because it's going to create my ponytail, make it super thick, and it's gonna be harder to deal with, but also it's gonna start to expose tracks, and we don't wanna expose tracks along the side of the ponytail. So I'm gonna use the small clear ones that I have. And I'm actually going to do another rubber band. When I place these rubber bands down, I want to place a rubber band lower every time. So if I run my first rubber band here on the ponytail, the next one I want to place underneath it and underneath it, because it's going to get tighter and tighter. A big rubber band, this one, the heavy duty rubber bands, and I'm going to do this one at the base, under all of those clear ones. Our hair's a little bit higher, not the best, but we've got this nice base and everything is now smooth, okay? So now the next thing to do is the crazy part here. This is where you take super glue. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm gonna show you the idea. Hold your hair up like this. Super glue all around the base of the rubber band, and then take the nozzle, shove it inside the ponytail, do a little here, shove over here, do a little here, shove a little bit, do right here, let it dry. And what's gonna happen is the super glue is gonna dry and harden your ponytail to sit up like this compared to this. And we're just gonna hold that for a little bit and wait for it to dry. And then when you bring your hair back down, it's gonna have a lifted ponytail. All right, so we are back and we're gonna go ahead and let down the ponytail and let's see how much higher it gets. See, look at that lift. So you can actually go in again. So I want a little more of a lift. So I'm gonna go in again and I'm actually gonna do another round. And let's go ahead and drop this down. Look at that lift. See, now you've got a ponytail. Remember in the beginning where it was sagging before, and now it's got a little bit of a lift here. So from the front, look at that from the front. It's like popping out now. And from the side, it pops up a little more. So from here, if you're just gonna keep a ponytail just as the style, you can take a piece of hair from the back, spray it with hairspray, and then wrap it around the base to cover all of the rubber bands here. And you can use either super glue again, or you can use hairspray or hot glue or another rubber band or whatever you want to do to secure. We'll go into another video later when I show you how I attach crazy things to it, how I do any sort of curls that I want to do or anything else. But I just wanted to show you guys the base because there's a lot of information to it. And it also goes along with just snatching up regular ponytails. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. watching. I hope this was informative and taught you something. I hope this technique helps anybody out there. I'm gonna do more wig tutorials in the future to show how I can build upon this ponytail, but I wanted to go into detail on how to do this base because it's very important for a strong foundation to build on top of. So if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and subscribing to my channel, or if you have any questions or comments for me, go ahead and leave them below. Give this video a like. I also have other social medias here. I've got Instagram, I've got Twitter, I've got Patreon as well, and we have some fun exclusive things on Patreon. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.